Hello, beautiful people. My name is Sarjana, and I'm one half of Tinted Photography. Ben and I are nomadic adventure photographers. We've been traveling around the world photographing love stories and creating epic adventures for our couples. We get most of our work from Instagram. Using Instagram has been one of the biggest contributing factors for us in doubling our income. So I'm here to share my tips with you on how to rock Instagram as a photographer. And as any small business entrepreneur, you can use these tips too. If you stay till the end of the video, not only are you going to get an amazing analogy which is going to make Instagram super easy, but I'm going to give you 3 bonus tips that are going to turn your Instagram from meh to yay. So are you ready? Let's do this. I've been thinking for a long time, how come there are so many videos on this exact same topic? And how come each month we keep adding more? It's not like any of us are adding any new information on this topic outside of recent trends. And then it dawned on me. The problem, and this is important, is not lack of knowledge, it's lack of execution. So I'm here to tell you my tips in conjunction with an analogy which is going to make this very essential business task of doing Instagram well and put it in a can-do light. Now imagine you've just entered a party you've been invited to. As you enter, you see there's a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of commotion, and you're trying to figure out where you stand. You notice that the food table is right here, but then the drinks table, that courage table, is right over the other side of the room. And between those 2 tables, there are a lot of cliques of people, and you want to interact with, talk to, and be listened by a lot of them. Isn't this how Instagram feels first thing in the morning when you open it up? You have a photo right here, but then you have to dig deep for a caption. You then have to figure out how to please multiple groups of people, or have your message be heard, or at least vibe with people who are already following you. Doesn't that feel super similar to that party situation that I just talked about? So let's break it down. What makes you an amazing person to be invited to a party? And how does that parallel to you rocking your Instagram? Number 1, you step into the party and notice where everything is. You don't get panicky and you don't shy away. You get the lay of the land. In the same way, it is important that we understand Instagram as a platform. It is imperative that we learn about new trends and new features that Instagram rolls out. It is akin to getting the lay of the land at a party. Number 2, you don't close yourself and find a corner somewhere. You walk with an open mind and an open stance, and you greet people. In the same way, I cannot tell you how many times I've had people that I've been mentoring talk about their dreams of rocking Instagram, but then they don't show up or stand in the shadows waiting for their tribe to ask them to come out. This is not how things happen. We need to be present, we need to show up and walk in that arena with an open stance and an open mind. Number 3, you think about other people, you ask them questions, you wish them hello. So for example, at a party, hey Emma, how are you doing? Have the kids started their school holidays? Or, hey Ken, how's the trip to Asia? You must have so many cool stories. Now, I have started a conversation where I'm interested in them, so they respond. In the same way, on Instagram, you don't wear horse blinkers. You interact with people, you ask them questions, you send DMs, you start conversations, you find more people who inspire you. You greet people with their names, using their names in comments and in DMs. You build a community. This is how people stay. This is how they feel valued. This is how you get to the heart of what your community needs and then share work that speaks to them. Number 4, so how you dress for a party says a lot about who you are even before you have a chance to say hello. For example, you could be neck deep into the universe of Tiger King, but unless it's a party of a close friend or a fancy dress party, you don't show up looking like Carol Baskin. It's because you want to step into the world, with people knowing who you are and what you are all about. Now, in the same way, on Instagram, what you decide to share and how you decide to communicate your brand story is going to have direct correlation with the kind of community you build. So, for example, we are adventure photographers and we want to have a community there that is full of rad lovers who love to go out and adventure in new places. So, the kind of messaging and the kind of photos and the kind of stories that we put on Instagram are all holistically tied to that brand message. So I hope that makes that clear. Number 5, and we are almost at the end, you guys. You are an amazing person to invite to a party if you bring something thoughtful for the host or something that everyone at the party can enjoy. So you can be someone who bought a game that everyone loved at the party or bought some food that went down like a treat. In the same way, on Instagram, share a part of you, just like BYO. Bring your own flavor. By living authentically, you're not only giving your tribe courage, but also a voice. By living and sharing authentically, you're clearing a lot of clutter and creating space for art that is going to speak to your tribe's heart. So in this party of Instagram, I strongly encourage you to bring your own flavor, to give your tribe a slice of you and share with them who you are. So to recap, Instagram is one big party. This is where the world comes to share, to talk, to follow, to lead. This is only scary because it's a huge party. But you guys, it's full of us fellow humans. Okay, well, there are a few bots and some cute animals. But take heart. If you know how to be a human, Instagram is not only something you can do easy peasy, it's also something you can do really well. So take this analogy and create a plan for yourself to revamp your Instagram presence. Understand Instagram, interact with your tribe, get to know them, what makes them tick, what are their stories. Extend your circle by reaching out to people who inspire you. Dress up your Instagram so it mimics the personality of your brand, and bring something to the table every week, if not every day. Yay! So we are done with my tips on how to rock Instagram as a photographer. And now, time for the 3 bonus tips. Number 1, plan your content. I cannot tell you the amount of anxiety it alleviates when Ben and I have planned our Instagram content in advance. So every Monday we sit down and we plan what 7 posts are going next. What is the messaging behind them? What is the story that we're trying to tell? Once that is done and we've written the captions, all we have to do is hit post every day, and the feeling is amazing. Bonus tip number 2, think of your bio as a piece of expensive real estate. It should have 2 things covered. 1, important information pertinent for people who are trying to contact you. And 2, it should further your brand story. Think about it. A decade ago, you would pay thousands to get that sort of exposure. And now we have that place for free. We are our own PR, our own journalists. So further your brand story and don't waste that space. It's a very important space. Have your name, have where you're from, and further your brand story by adding things there. So don't just be sharing you love tacos or what star sign you are. There is so much more that talks to people about an artist who is going to create art for them. Share that. Share your why, your location, your names. So much more can be packed into that space. The 3rd and final bonus tip. There is a consensus that your profile photo should be a close-up so people can see who is the artist behind this profile and who they are talking to. And that is, I agree with that. However, Ben and I decided that was another place for us to further our brand story. So right now, the profile photo on Instagram is of us in Iceland standing on top of our Jeep adventuring. Because that is how people know us. They know us as adventurous, nomadic photographers traveling around the world. So if you can use that space to further your brand story, put yourself in a place where people can see what you do and get to learn a bit more about you, I say go for it. So the possibilities are endless. It doesn't only have to be a close up, it could be anything that will help people understand more about your brand. Now, I have given you 5 tips, a story that covers those 5 tips and tells you how to rock your Instagram, and then given you 3 bonus tips to rock your Instagram. With all the rocking and all the tips and all the awesomeness, now the only thing that remains is execution. So go out there and revamp your Instagram. With this analogy in the back of your head, things will roll super smoothly. And remember, the only thing standing in your way is inaction. So go forth and rock Instagram. If you have questions, comment below and I will get back to them straight away. If your question requires another video, I will do that too. Once you have revamped your Instagram, share it with your tribe. They would love to see your journey. And also, please tag us so we can share your progress with our tribe. Would love to see what you all come up with. Like, subscribe so you can see our videos hot and fresh as they come out in your YouTube feed. Until our next video, stay safe, stay at home because of coronavirus. In case, I have to say that in case you're watching this video 4 years from now and you're like, why is an adventure photographer telling us to stay at home? Stay at home